John Rooke, Joe back live at Madison Square Garden in New York. Second half of Big East semifinal number 1 tonight here at the Garden. Providence against top-seeded and regular season champ Xavier. It has been all Musketeers in the first half, leading by 43-39, 14 points. But again, as we mentioned, the Friars have 8 come from behind wins that they have trailed at halftime this year, which includes last night, Thursday night, trailing Creighton at halftime, came back and won that in overtime to get to the semifinals.
Well, they're going to have a good start right here, and a little different starting lineup here. The Friars are going to go with
Small, and they're going to go with Mackay, Ashton, and Langford in the backcourt.
We didn't play at all in the first half. Maybe get some speed out there, try to get some baskets on the fast break. You know, Coach Cooley wants to get some guys some minutes here. But, you know, you got to have a good start here in the second half. I mean, you need this Xavier team, they can score in bunches. So if they come out and go on like an 8-0 run, this thing, you can just pack it in. It'll be garbage time the rest of the half. So the Friars have to get good defensive stops here to start and have to make some shots.
Yeah, it's key to get it under single digit. Get it into single digit deficit, then you might have a game. Xavier opens up with the ball to start the second half. Musketeers and the home whites. The basket to our right on the radio here in half number 1. The Friars in the road blacks on the man-to-man defense. Left wing for J.P. McCura in front of his bench. Top of the key for Karam Tanner. Bounce right now for Quentin Gooden. Gooden takes the left-handed dribble, gets down the lane. Gets down the left corner. McCura gets off the 3. In and out, it won't go. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It is off of Najee Marshall. And the Friars will get the ball. Marshall had 7 rebounds to lead the Musketeers in the first half.
Another freshman, John. He's a good player, too. I mean, he goes after every rebound.
On the all-freshman team. The Friars bring it to forecourt to our left here in the second half. Cartwright with the ball up high now for Langford. They move Cartwright off of the ball, hopefully getting some offense. Here's Bullock for 3. Rattles the rim and won't go down on the rebound for Blewett.
That's a good look. I watched him warm up. He didn't miss a shot.
Blewett finds Marshall on the right wing against Langford. Gives it out on the post to Canner. It gets tipped away by Bullock out of bounds. And the Musketeers will keep it with 22 to shoot.
Got kind of nice for the Friars, just shooting 30% from the floor. A good look there by Bullock. Just didn't stay in.
Marshall inbounds baseline to McCura. He's going to try to post up on Cartwright. Wheels around with the left hand and rolls it in.
Yeah, he's got too much size for Cartwright in there. He knows he's got him in there. Knows he's not going to get double teamed either.
Yep, second basket from McCura, just his 4th point. At 6'5". Xavier strikes first here in the second half. This is their matching their largest lead of the game at 16. Top of the key, Cartwright goes right for Bullock. Bullock takes it down into the post, turns around from 10 feet and scores the jumper over Cantor.
Well, Bullock should wear out Cantor. I mean, he should go at him every time.
Friars have 1-2-2 pressure in the backcourt. Marshall breaks it to Gooden. Gooden takes off down the lane, dumps it off to Cantor, and Cantor scores a layup.
Good execution. Gooden, who's a good point guard, when he gets on there, he's attacking that press to score.
Gooden travels with the basketball. Watch his feet when he gets the ball. Brings the dribble up high, and he actually travels, but didn't get the call there. Here's Diallo, hands off now for Cartwright, back top of the key for Alpha. He'll penetrate left, loses the ball, picks it back up, out for Langford. Langford goes right by McCura, but blows the layup. Lindsey gets the rebound, goes up, scoops it up at the hoop, and scores.
Good play there. Good job on the offensive glass going for that loose ball.
Back to a 14-point game at 47-33. Again, pressure in the backcourt. Xavier breaks it with Gooden against Langford. Now push it to the left wing for Marshall. Marshall finds McCura up high between the circles. He's guarded by Bullock. Now he'll hand off for Gooden again. Gooden uses the high screen, splits to the left, cuts back to the right corner for McCura, fakes it, drives and leaves it off and left it out of bounds. Turnover.
Too much bench pastry on that one by McCura. Simple pass there. He had Gooden for an easy layup.
Friars with the ball now need to take advantage here of a rare Xavier mistake. Langford will bring it into the forecourt to the right wing for Lindsey. Back out front for Mackay. Now for Cartwright. Back to Mackay at the top of the key. Now for Cartwright. He'll penetrate on Gooden. Gets cut off inside the foul line. Back to Mackay again with 13 to shoot. Lindsey gets off the 3. Right side. No. Rebound for McCura. Into the forecourt. Right pushes all the way left. Marshall leaves it off in the left corner for Blewett for 3. No good. Bullock rebounds.
Push it. That's why you got to try to get some fast break baskets against his defense.
Back to Cartwright. He gets cut off. 1-on-3. Xavier gets back so quickly on defense. There's a feed to Diallo in the post on Blewett. 3 around him. Back out to Cartwright. Right wing driving as Lindsey down into the post. Lobs it back out, and it's stolen by McCura. McCura takes it on the wing. Poked away by Langford. Stolen back by Lindsey. And here is Diallo for the dunk.
Good defense right there by Lindsey. Able to deflect that ball away. Friars finally get an easy hoop.
Yeah, good hands by Mackay on that one to start that. 47-35. Diallo has 9. Inbounds comes to Gooden. Gooden again against the 1-2-2 pressure in the backcourt. Clears it into the forecourt. Loses the dribble. Picks it back up. Almost turned it over. Right wing for Macura. Macura looks to get it into the post. Bullock trying to front Cantor. Cantor grabs the ball on the right post. Back out to Macura. Blewett crosses over. Gets into the lane. Stumbles. Got fouled as he goes to the floor.
Well, Blewett made a nice move right there. He knows the Friars want to take away that 3, and he put the ball on the floor nicely right there. Got to his left hand. Picks up the foul.
Yeah, that's 3 now on Jalen Lindsey with 16-17 to play. First foul of the second half, though, will put Trayvon Blewett at the line, shooting 2. He had 5 points in the first half, hit a 3-pointer.
The Friars have changed their strategy, too, John. When the ball goes in the post, they come over and double-teamed at that time.
Yep.
And that's when you got to scramble to get back to Blewett.
Blewett hits the free throw. He's 3 of 3 with the line, but he's only 1 for 5 shooting the 3 ball here in the ballgame.
The Friars done a good job of him of challenging the shots. He hasn't had many open looks. And with Diallo and Lindsey on them, they have good length and they're good defensive players. I mean, there's no secret. Lindsey and Diallo are really good defensive players.
Second shot for Blewett. Bounces and stays. He's got 7. Back to a 14-point Xavier lead. So it's been going back and forth between 12 and 14. It was up to 16 briefly. Right side on the elbow now for Langford. He finds Cartwright coming off the screen, throws up the runner at the rim and left it short. Gooden gets the rebound.
Sometimes Cartwright's shot selection just baffles me. He's wide open when he comes off the screen. Shoot the jumper.
For Blewett for 3. Off the rim, no. There's a rebound tip to Marshall. Marshall loses it, goes out of bounds. That's got to be Providence ball. Oh, what are you doing, Jeff Anderson? That went off of the Xavier player. Oh, and Ed Cooley just throws his hands up at Jeff Anderson. He's had 2 miserable calls in this game. Wow. Timeout. 15:55 to go. Joe Hassett can't even speak. He's speechless at the Garden. Shot clock here with 15:55 to go. And it'll be Trevon Blewett to inbound baseline left of the basket with the 30 on the clock. Blewett waits for a Gooden who breaks to the left side in front of his bench, pulls it out against Mackay Ashton Langford. And then a high-low down to Sean O'Mara, and O'Mara rolled it off the rim and couldn't get it. Friars get the rebound. Quick pass to the forecourt for Langford. Langford gets cut off 4. Musketeers down on defense, and then Bullock runs the 3, and he can't get it to go. Back the other way come the Musketeers.
That's his shot, too. He usually makes that.
Macura stops outside the three-point trap. Now he penetrates on Langford down to the baseline. Out for O'Mara. O'Mara will work in on Nate Watson, who's back into the game. Works into the post, goes up with the left hand, missed another one, but there's Marshall with an offensive rebound. Back to Macura for 3. Boom. That's a dagger.
Offensive rebound, and Macura knocks down the 3-pointer, but Cartwright was stuck on Marshall, who's a really good rebounder. That's his 8th rebound of the game.
It's a 17-point lead now for Xavier, and that is their largest of the game with 15 minutes to play.
That's a 6-point swing.
Cartwright, right of the key, comes back to Langford. Langford now left for Bullock. There's a lob for Diallo, who tries to post up on Marshall. And then Macura comes over and helps out and knocks it out of bounds.
Well, Macura's going to come over and help out and double team because he's playing Langford, who's not a threat to shoot the outside shot. So if Langford infits to Diallo, he's got to get out of there and let a shooter come over on the same side as Diallo so Diallo can beat his man one-on-one. It's easy to double team when you don't have a shooter on the wing.
Marshall and Macura out. And you've got Kaiser Gates back into the game. There's a lob to Diallo. He'll drive on Gates, gets into the post, gets it back out to Langford. Langford jump step, and they find Diallo down the lane, puts it up and scores from the right side.
Well, Diallo has great hands. I mean, that pass was a tough one to catch from Langford. He still caught it and scored in traffic.
Scruggs back in the game as well for Xavier. Makes it 52-37. The Friars just not making any headway. Left side for Blewett in front of his bench. High post O'Mara. Turns, looks, wants to go right, bounces it right for Scruggs against Cartwright. Now back to Blewett, scoots to the left, steps inside the arc, dumps it off, stolen, picked up by Bullock, and then Bullock loses it, but picked up by Langford, who gets it up high off the glass and in.
Boy, a tough shot by Langford right there with the offhand against O'Mara. Good move.
First basket of the game for the Friar freshman from Worcester, and it's 52-39, 14:07 to go. On the left side is Blewett, and he just throws it away. What?
He said Bullock
touched it
that
last?
Pass. Yeah.
Did you see a deflection?
Yeah, well, that's your guy right there. I mean, we got to give him benefit of the doubt on that one. I know he's awful, but he got that one right.
Xavier will inbound in front of their bench. I don't know. Joe, I don't know any. I just don't know
You're getting worse than me.
I know. I'm telling you. Here's Gooden to the right side. You're a bad influence on me. Top of the key for Gates. Gates stops, one dribble. Left side for Scruggs, 7 to shoot. Feed down low for O'Mara. Friars double again there. O'Mara with 4, with 3, wheels into the lane, throws up the jump hook. No! Good defense inside. Langford with a rebound. Mackay now crosses over, gets down the lane, kicks the ball back out to Cartwright. They find Mackay, who's open from 3, off the rim. No good. Rebound batted off the board by Watson, and he gets hammered to the floor. And a foul is called on Xavier. It is called on Blewett.
Good job by Watson getting on the glass, on the offensive glass.
That may be the highest I've seen Watson jump all year.
Oh, he gets up there, though. But tell you what, Friars had another good look. Langford not bashful out there, took the 3 in and out.
Good
he
luck.
Was wide open. Friars are getting wide open threes. They're just not knocking them down.
Fresh 30 seconds. Inbound out to Watson at the top of the key. Watson, as Tyreek Jones checked in for O'Mara. Now for Diallo outside the foul line. Leaves it for Cartwright. Cartwright fakes on Gooden. Backs it out. They find it. Langford jumper from 15 is good.
How about Langford coming up the screen, knocking it down, playing with confidence.
And the Friars are back within 11 with 13-13 to play. Gates between the circles. Couple of dribbles right. Hands off for Gooden. Gooden gets around the screen. Scoots on the lane. Stolen bullet. Picked and clean. Rodney leaves it off for Kyron. Kyron bounces to Diallo. Lays it up. Scores! And one!
Good recognition right there by Cartwright. He looked off the defender and got it over to a streaking Diallo, who's the best finisher on this team on the break. He gets a score in the foul.
Scruggs picks up the foul on the play. His first foul, second on the team. And with 12:59 to go, Diallo with a chance at the three-point play.
Make it 8-point game.
And the Friars have it under 10 with plenty of time left to go.
That's why that 30-second shot clock and three-point shot, John, you're always in the game.
Free throw by Alpha. Rattles and comes out. Don't you know?
Man.
So it's 52-43. Xavier with the basketball. Makura takes it over to his bench on the left side. Feeds Jones in the post. He'll work, and the ball is knocked away. Jones goes to the floor to save it. Friars jump on the ball.
It should be a foul. No, they're going to call a timeout.
Call a timeout, Xavier, to hold the possession.
Well, see, Friars are doing something different now, John, that they haven't done against Xavier in the last 2 ball games. They're double-teaming the post. They haven't done that. They're trying to take away the 3. Now they're double-teaming the post, and the post guys aren't used to that, and they're turning the ball over. Timeout,
Xavier. We'll take it as well with 12:45 to go. A little energy in the Garden. Friars are back within 9. This is Providence Friar basketball from Learfield.
Have a 54% to get their shooting percentage up to 39.5. They won the ball game last night, shooting 38% from the floor. The Xavier team finally cooling off a little bit. Just 3 for 9 in the second half at 33%. They're shooting 43% for the ball game. But this Xavier team is a spurt team. I mean, Friars have got them on their heels a little bit now. They were comfortable out there with that lead, Xavier. But the Friars are battling back here, get it to a 9-point game. They need to stop right here and come down and stop making more shots. I mean, they've had good looks at threes. Rodney's had 2 good looks at three-pointers, and Langford, who's giving them a little spurt off the bench with his defense, had a wide-open 3, and he rattled it out. So Friars are very, very close to having this a 3 or 4-point game.
8-3 run over the last 3.5 minutes for the Friars. Xavier's gone scoreless in the last 2:35. It will be Xavier's ball. They got 17 on the shot clock.
It is so explosive, Xavier. You got to try to get a stop right here.
There's a lob to Jones on the right side. Now he feeds it up high to Blewett. Top of the key from Makura, who's back into the game. Makura now finds Scruggs down the lane, and he got fouled from behind.
You call it on Langford.
Langford is called for the foul. And that's going to put Scruggs at the line shooting 2. First foul on Mackay, second on the Friars here in the half with 12:38 to go.
It's a valuable minutes for Mackay and Watson. Watson came over to help out that time. Watson looked like he was above the rim on that play, trying to block the shot.
Scruggs' free throw gives him 14 for the game, and that's a new career high for Paul Scruggs. He was a finalist for Indiana Mr. Basketball a year ago as a high school senior, 28th ranked recruit by ESPN.com a year ago, and he hits both free throws.
How about that get as a recruit? I mean, you come out of Indiana and you go to Xavier up in Big East and in Ohio.
11-point Xavier lead. Slows down a Friar 8-3 run. Here is Langford on the left side, goes right for Cartwright. Cartwright gives the speed, gets around Scruggs, gives it right to Watson, and Watson got hacked as he goes to the rim. And Nate will go to the line to shoot free throws.
Nate's getting more and more comfortable out there on the offensive end, too. Good job by Cartwright, turning the corner right there. And help defense comes over. He throws a lob into Nate. He gets fouled, gets for 2.
Second foul on Paul Scruggs. Watson had 4 points in the first half. His first free throw of the ball game here. Line drives it in. On the season, Watson an even 70% from the foul line. The freshman 6.8 points, 2 rebounds per game, made the Big East all-freshman team, along with Xavier's Najee Marshall.
Yeah, you look at Watson shooting, you think he's not a very good foul shooter. He shoots 70%, but
he hits 2.
He makes them. I mean, he makes free throws. That's big when you get a guy like that who can knock them down.
6 for Watson. Friars back within 9 with 12:19 to play. Scruggs right wing from McCura. McCura now back out front for Gates. Gates goes left side for Marshall. Friars in a zone. Left wing for Scruggs. They feed Jones in the post at the foul line. Back out to Marshall. Goes left for Scruggs in front of his bench. Scruggs has it poked away. Now retrieves. Looks to penetrate. Leaves it off for McCura for a deep 3. Is short. Langford with a rebound. Langford trying to move into the forecourt. Moves to the left side. Hands it off for Cartwright. And again, Xavier really recovers on defense. And there's Cartwright who gets slid at the line and a foul called on Xavier. He slid at the line, but the foul was called on whom? I didn't even see it.
I don't know who that foul was on.
It's called on Najee Marshall for a reach-in. And now we have an official's timeout. 11:51 to play. The Friars down 9 with the ball when we come back to Madison Square Garden. This is Providence Friar basketball from Learfield.
Well, Suns a 6-point game and a sense of urgency by Xavier. Easy shots they were making in that first half. Now you have to make some tough ones, but Friars have to make some shots themselves. I mean, they've had some good looks here in the second half. Langford's given them a great lift off the bench. The young freshman didn't play in the first half. Doing a good job out there defensively.
It'll be Diallo inbound, baseline left of the basket, 23 to shoot. Out to Cartwright off the foul line. Comes left wing for Bullock. Thought about the 3. Back to Cartwright. Swings it right for Langford. Langford out on the perimeter. Now finds Cartwright again out between the circles. Shot clock down to 10. Cartwright wants a screen. He backs it out a little bit. Now he works to the left with 7, with 6. Down to the baseline. Throws up an off-balance jumper. Oh, it goes. Wow.
He was waiting for his time on that one. He really took too much time off the shot clock there. Tough shot by Cartwright, but he makes it.
First basket of the second half for Cartwright. Just his 5th point of the game, and the Friars are down 7. And they go to a 2-3 zone. Up high, Blewett. Left wing for Scruggs. Scruggs looks to the interior. He's going to lob it to Marshall, foul line, kicks it out to Gates, who gets off a 3. It's short. There's a rebound poked underneath. The Friars control with Langford. Langford into the forecourt, goes right by Blewett, scoops it up, got knocked to the floor, no foul. Watson goes to the floor, saves the ball to Cartwright. Cartwright has it tipped, but Diallo picks it up in the left corner.
Take your time here, take your time.
Watson wants the ball. He's got Gates on him, and then Gates pushes him out of the post.
I tell you, the 2 freshmen doing a super job for the Friars, John. Langford and Watson. Similar to what Scruggs did for Xavier, the freshman off the bench for Xavier in the first half.
No question. Gates gets the foul call. His first. That is now 5 on Xavier with 10:51 to go in the half. 2 more to go before the Friars get to the line to shoot. And Providence will get it with 20 on the shot clock. They'll inbound it to the baseline to the left of the basket again.
Well, we're trying to see who the foul was. The official said 22 on Gates.
Well, they had the wrong number. I knew it was on him. So Diallo will inbound, 54-47. Friars making their run. Inbounds to Cartwright in the left corner. Cartwright finds Diallo in the post. He pushes his way in. There's a double team. Kicks it out to Kyron. Open 3 off the iron. No.
Damn, that was wide open, too. That would have been a sweet one to go down.
Oh, my goodness.
Good pass by Diallo. He had 2 guys on him. We worry about him on the post. He's going to free up open guys. He's got to knock down the shots.
Scruggs walks to the forecourt to Blewett. Marshall touches out front to Gates. Gates comes left for Scruggs again. Scruggs right out on the perimeter against the zone. Marshall in the middle, wide open jumper, good.
He's a good player, Marshall. He's a great rebounder, but get that foul line jump shot, knocks it down.
That's just his 2nd basket of the game. Stops the Friar run and puts Xavier back up by 9. But we still got 10-10 on the clock. Cartwright right for Bullock. Friars need to keep up the offensive pressure. There's a lob on the left side for Cartwright right on the sideline against Scruggs.
Well, the defense is picking up here for Xavier. Sense of urgency right now. Friars making this run.
Langford gets a screen, finds Cartwright left. He drives on Scruggs, turns around, fadeaway jumpers up and in. What a play by Kyron Cartwright.
You know, he decides he wants to score. He's very difficult to guard. Look at the elevation he had on that jump shot.
Turn it on, Kyron. Now's the time. Friars back within 7. Stay in the zone. Marshall in the middle, goes left for Blewett. Blewett looks left wing for Scruggs. Scruggs in front of his bench, backs it out, plays Marshall in the middle, underneath for Cantor, scores on a wraparound, and Karam is fouled on the play.
Again, Marshall right there. He made the foul line jump shot last time. That one there, pump fake. He got the ball inside of Cantor. What shot did he go with there? It went left hand.
Left hand. Foul is on Rodney Bullock, his 2nd, 3rd on the team. Cantor gets his 14th point of the game and a chance at the foul line to put his team back up double digits. 9:31 on the clock. Here comes Isaiah Jackson off of the bench for the Friars. And he will replace Makai Ashton Langford, who really did a hell of a job.
He certainly did. He came and started the second half, didn't play in the first half, but gave him a big lift defensively, pushed the ball down the floor, found some open people. Good job.
Cantor at the line with the free throw is up. It's good. I don't think Xavier's missed from the line tonight.
They haven't. That's perfect. 12 for 12.
This is what top-seeded teams do. So here comes Alpha into the forecourt to the right side for Bullock. Friars down 10. Had it down as close as 7 here in the half. Bullock right at top of the key. Penetrates on Blue. It gets closed out. Back out for Kyron. 14 to shoot. Kyron drives on Gooden. Gets down the lane. Puts it up off the rim. And in.
Kyron decides he's going to score now.
He wants to take over. Let him.
Goodwin is a good defensive play. He just blew by him right there and elevated over him.
6.5. 9 for the game for Cartwright. Back to an 8-point game.
Got to get a stop here.
Marshall goes left again for Blewett. Blewett feeds Cantor in the post on the left side. Cantor being played by Watson. Thought about going up for the jumper. He's held on to the ball for about 8 seconds. Now he moves into the lane, bounces to Marshall under the basket, flips it up, no good. Rebound, Bullock.
Good job by Bullock on the defense right there, and Watson.
Cartwright between two defenders goes right to the rim and gets it rejected out of bounds by J.P. McCura.
Great defensive play by McCura. Cartwright beat 2 guys right there. McCura recovered nicely. He has good size and length. He blocks that shot.
Oh, but Kyron is absolutely energized down on the floor. He'll inbound the ball right side baseline. Finds Watson, who turns into a double team and scores.
How did he make that shot? That was good defense by Cantor. He went right through his arms and made the shot.
8 for Watson. Friars are down 6. 59-53. Gooden, top of the key, drives left. Got away with a travel. That was a jump step in the lane. Now for Cantor. Right side, lost it. Picked up by Johnson. There's a steal and a foul on Cantor from behind.
Great job on the defensive end by the Friars, John. You know, their defense has saved them all year. They're turning it up right now, getting some turnovers, and they're doing one thing different that Xavier's not used to. I mentioned it already. They're doubling the post, something the Friars haven't done in 2 games against Xavier.
6th team foul, first on Cantor. Friars with the ball and a chance to close. They're down by 6. Top of the key for Cartwright against Gooden. Backs it outside the circle. They're coming up on an even 8 minutes to play. Double team follows him. There's Watson wide open. Goes up. Score!
Yes, great pass by Cartwright on the pick and roll right there. It's a 4-point game.
10 for Super Nate. 59-55. And the Friar fans making their presence felt. Up high is Trevon Blewett. Blewett uses a high screen. Rubs out against Watson. Got a bump. Got it stolen. Oh, my goodness. Diallo picked Blewett, and John Gaffney calls a foul.
Well, I thought he got him on the arm on that one, John. But
wow.
You know, the momentum's all Friars right now, and he thought he had it.
Diallo picks up his 2nd foul, and we got a timeout on the floor.
Hey, Cooley's meeting Watson there with a big smile, bumping him with the chest, saying, keep playing, young fella.
2nd on Diallo, 4th on the Friars. Timeout, 7:41 left, and we've got a ball game in the Garden. 59-55 Xavier. This is Providence Friar basketball from Learfield.
Friars did in the first half. They're just 5 for 14 here in the second half at 35%. Friars getting on the glass. Xavier beat them up on the boards in the first half. Friars got this to a 5-point margin now on the rebounding side. Friars are just 5 turnovers in the ball game, playing good, solid basketball, and Nate Watson doing a terrific job out there, staying on the glass. We watched Coach Cooley chest bump with him at midcourt after that timeout. Nate is 4 for 5 from the floor. He's got 3 rebounds and 10 points in the ball game, and he's a big presence out on the floor. And Cartwright's been terrific out there. I mean, he's only 4 for 13 for the shooting, but he's made his last 3 shots, and he's got 9 points. So Friars are right back in it, down by 4, 59-55.
This is a 20-7 Providence run over the last 7:40 of the second half.
And we got to give Makai Ashton Langford some props too. I mean, he's got 4 points in the ball game, 2 for 5. He started the second half, played 10 minutes in the second half, and he gave him energy on the defensive end. And Coach Cooley's done a terrific job of switching up his defensive positioning out there by double teaming the ball when it goes inside, something they haven't done, and they're getting turnovers from that and getting out on the break.
Xavier with the ball, 20 to shoot. Marshall inbounds for the right sideline. Musketeers basket to our right here in the second half. Gooden has it out front. Now on the right wing for McCura.
You can't be happy, though. You got to keep playing because this team has been scoring bunches.
Right corner for Good underneath for McCura. McCura tries to save him going out of bounds. Leaves it out for Marshall with 3 to shoot. Marshall moves to the right with 2. Throws up the wild 3 and throws up an air ball.
Great job on the defensive end. They had McCura for a layup, but he lost his balance on the bad pass and fell out of bounds when he threw it back in. And then you want Marshall taking that three for sure under pressure.
Friars with the ball, a chance to closer. Down 4, 7:14 to play. Cartwright into the fourth quarter against Quentin Gooden. Keeps the dribble low, moves to the left side, feeds Watson to the post. Cantor playing behind the freshman, has it poked away, and it goes off the leg of Gooden out of bounds, and Providence will keep it as Cantor actually tipped it away.
Nate's got to realize when he's going to get doubled after that first bounce. So you take the ball against Cantor and try to back him in. You got to know the defense is going to come down on you. That's where he's got to throw it out to Cartwright to take a three.
Scruggs back into the game, replacing Gooden. Friars have 15 on the clock. Cartwright will inbound, left of the basket from the baseline, lobs it out to Diallo. Diallo uses his screen, steps back outside the three, but dumps it off for Watson in the post, spins to the left, puts up the jump hook again and scores. He is right now, Kerem Cantor.
Watson is wearing out Cantor. Cantor had his way with him in the first half. Not anymore. He can't guard him.
That's 12, 8 in the second half for Watson, and Providence is within 2. Scruggs. Hands off Blewett, back to Scruggs between the circles. Friars go back man-to-man right now on defense. Now for Blewett outside the three-point stripe. Drives to the right on Diallo. Gets down to the baseline. Back out for Cantor. He's going to go up for three, and he hit it.
Wow, man. Well, that's a big shot by Cantor. You got to love that for him. I mean, he'd be getting worn out by Watson, and he makes a three-pointer right there.
Cantor has 18 points to lead the Musketeers, a 32% shooter from three, and it's back to a 5-point game. Still 6:10 to play. Bullock, 18-foot jumper, bang, boom.
Rodney making shots now. They're so worried about Watson inside. They're worried about the post up. They're shading his side, and Bullock wide open knocks it down.
13 for Bullock in the game. Friars within 3. We're dipped under 6 minutes to play. Scruggs top of the key, bounces right for McCura. McCura now feeds it back out for Blue between the circles, goes left for Marshall. Marshall comes back to Scruggs between the circles, drives right off of his screen, no penetration. Out to Blewett, he gets penetration left, has to step back from 17, no, and there's Jackson with a rebound. Friars could tie it with a tray. Cartwright weaves in traffic, comes left, tries to bounce it, and the ball gets kicked as he tried to hit Diallo, and the Musketeers kick it, so the Friars will get the ball.
You can see right there, Cartwright's so clever. He looked like he's going to back the ball out, and then looked at Diallo, and Diallo catches it in the paint. He's usually a good finisher. So you get to kick the ball out of bounds.
Cantor comes out of the game. Tyreek Jones checks in. Here's Bullock with the game out. They find Diallo goes down the lane, banks it up. No good. What? Foul called? John Gaffney's calling the foul. That's on Providence.
Yeah, he's calling the offensive foul. I thought that was a good call. I think Diallo, he went in there strong with that one, tried to create the contact.
Was that on Diallo then?
That was on Diallo.
Yeah, that's his third foul. So he's got 3. Gives the ball back over to Xavier.
Did I say that was a good call?
You did.
Man.
Are you okay? You have a fever? Here's Scruggs bouncing high. Cantor right back in the game. Goes back from McCura, who goes back door and scores.
Good back door right there. That was a good execution. With the ball on Cantor there, and he makes a nice pass on the back door.
7 for McCura in the half, 9 for the game, and Xavier back up 5. We've got just over 5 minutes to play. Crucial time right here for the Friars. Need to keep up with the offensive answer. Cartwright has it left. Cantor out guarding him. There's a lob to Watson in the post. Turns around, jump hook. Oh! In and out, and a foul called on Xavier. Wow.
That was a good move there. They had the post up in there. Friars making good decisions. Watson had a smaller guy on him. He's been wearing out the bigger guys. He gets a guard on him. He takes it up strong, picks up the foul.
Scruggs picks up his 3rd foul. That's team foul 7, but it's 2 shots here for Watson, who's hit 2 of 2. And the free throw is no good.
That was a rock right there, but he's got to settle himself down. He's so fired up right now. He's a lot of energy out there.
Friars have missed their last 2 of the line, but they're 8 for 11 for the game. Just needs to hit 1 here, can pull back within 4, and that's what he's got.
Nate's playing great basketball. I mean, he is playing with a lot of heart out there and spunk.
He's got 9 in the half, 13 for the game. 64-60, 4:45 to play. Xavier by 4. Left wing from McCura. High screen set by Cantor. Rolls to the right. Hands off for Scruggs. Scruggs now takes the dribble back to the center with the left hand. Stops, look, kicks it off. Oh, almost stolen, but tipped out of bounds by Jackson on the baseline, and Diallo both were there.
Diallo deflected, and Jackson almost picked it off after the deflection. 12 on the shot clock.
Xavier will inbound. Baseline to the right of the bucket. Scruggs.
Be careful there. Friars have gotten beat for layups on these out-of-bounds plays last night a couple times.
Scruggs will lob it from Marshall on the right sideline. Now feeds Cantor on the high post. He drives left, cut off by Bullock. Throws up the tough shot. No good. Watson clears.
Good job by Bullock, taking away the left hand that time.
Here comes Cartwright trying to speed down the floor.
Oh, man.
Cartwright goes in with the left hand, and he just jams it down, and the Flyers are within 2.
Magic in the garden.
Serious. Wow. That was a jolt of electricity. Scruggs with the ball, mid-floor circle, takes the ball to the left side. High screen, rolls to the right, down to 10. Cantor dumps it off underneath, reverse. Marshall missed it. Rebound tipped back to Marshall, goes up, missed it. Diallo with a rebound. Flyers can tie or take the lead. Cartwright finds Bullock. Bullock penetrates, gets to the rim, runner up and in. And we're tied.
Boy, this is unbelievable. Watch this happen. The Friars don't quit. They never quit with the D.
This is turned into Dunkin' Donuts Center South. Timeout. Xavier. Holy moly.
Look at Coach Cooley with the big smile out there. I can read his lips. He says, I love it. I love it. He said it twice.
3:33 left. 64-64. Xavier had as much as a 17-point lead in this second half, and Providence has come back from a big deficit. Timeout. More coming up from Madison Square Garden. This is Providence Flyer basketball from Learfield. Might want to go away for a few minutes because you're down by 17 in this second half, but the Friars have come roaring back, Joe.
It's unbelievable what they've done. It's amazing when Cartwright decides he wants to turn it up a notch. I mean, he really's gotten it going out there. He was just 1 for 7 in the first half. Now he's 5 for 14 in the ball game and just doing everything out there, scoring, distributing out to the big guys inside, finding the right man, and defensively the Friars have been terrific out there. Jackson's done a good job in the back there. Rodney Bullock's making shots. He's 7 for 13 in the ball game with 15 points. Cartwright with the 6 assists. But they climb right back in at John, shooting the ball extremely well in the second half. They're 16 of 25 in the second half. The Friars are at 64%. And Xavier's going cold in the second half. A lot of that is the Friar defense. Xavier's just 7 for 21 at 33% in the second half. And they're 41% for the game. So the Friars have climbed right back in this, finally making some shots. And that's the difference. But you worry, though, Friars played a lot of minutes last night. The adrenaline's kicking in right now. They all played 40 minutes. And when you climb back from those big deficits, sometimes you don't have enough to get it over the top. But the Friars have been in so many games like this year where they takes forever for them to get the lead. But once they get the lead, they kind of keep it with their good defense. So hopefully they can keep it up here with 3:33 to go. The second half, 64-64.
7-2 Flyer run over the last 2.5 minutes on the clock. That comes after a 20-7 run to come back from that 17-point deficit. Xavier with the ball, 3:33 to go. It is 64-64. Marshall inbound near his bench on the far side. Forecourt to our right. Out front for Paul Scruggs. Scruggs goes left for Makura. Guarded there by Diallo. Fires back to a man. Cantor. High post goes right to Scruggs. Back to Marshall, top of the key. Drives right. Goes down the lane. Right side. No good. Rebound. Diallo.
Great D right there by Bullock.
Up for Cartwright. Cartwright gets cut off top of the key by Marshall, but Providence is looking for their first lead since 5-4 on this possession. On the right wing, Diallo at the elbow. Back out for Bullock up high. Comes left for Cartwright, and we're getting ready to dip under 3 minutes to play. Cartwright finds Jackson at the top of the key. Jackson drives down the lane with the left hand. Left it short, way short, and there's a rebound for Scruggs.
Well, they're letting him play. Jackson thought he was fouled on that one.
Scruggs moves into transition. Down the lane, throws up a runner right off the rim. No, Jackson rebounds.
Well, I told you, John, it's easy to shoot when you're up by 17 and 15. When the game's tied, his shots get a little bit tougher. Scruggs didn't miss a shot in the first half. He got a little wide open look there and missed it.
Flyers with the ball, 2:35 to go, 18 on the shot clock. Diallo has it out between the circles. Now Cartwright comes out to get it against Scruggs. Already down to 12, down to 11, down to 10. Cartwright drives right, gives it to Diallo, back to Kyron. Thinks about that three from in front of his bench. He drives down to the baseline, stops, pops, won't get it off the rim, and blew it with the offside rebound.
Well, that was a good look again. Good defense by Xavier. Friars just took too much time on the clock.
Makura handles right, comes back to the center now for Scruggs. We're getting ready to go inside 2 minutes, and the game is still tied. Up high, Blewett drives right, stops, now drives, gets into the lane, tries to back his way on Diallo, got it blocked, and a foul called on Jeff Anderson.
Jeff Anderson. We always get one bad guy. Always get one bad referee on the court.
Ball on that one. Are you serious, man?
That was great defense by Diallo. Referee bails him out, Blewett.
Let them play. No, he did not get his arm. Let him play.
You didn't call anything down here on Jackson going to the basket. I mean, Diallo got Blewett falling away on a bad shot, and the referee bails him out with putting him on the line for 2.
And for Diallo, that's his 4th foul as Blewett's free throw is good.
Just an awful call. Jeff Anderson. We always get one bad guy in the crew.
He was fading away from the basket. It would have been impossible for Diallo to foul him. He faded away and missed the shot. Diallo actually hit the ball. That's horrible.
I mean, Diallo's one of the best defensive players in the league. He's going over to Jeff Anderson. He slapped him 5, but he said, come on, man. You don't call the foul on the other end on Jackson.
He hasn't hit a field goal in the second half, Joe, and has just 8 points right now for the entire game.
Well, Friars play him tough. And again, Lindsey hasn't played there in the second half, picked up his 2 fouls, and he hasn't even been in there. The Friars have done it with Diallo with the 4 fouls. You got to have him on the floor. Diallo, in my opinion, is the heart and soul of this team. Cartwright is the engine that runs it, but Diallo's the heart and soul. He has to be on the floor because defensively he can stop anybody. And he picks up that 4th foul here with 2 minutes to go.
He's going to stay in the game. The Friars will keep Diallo, Watson, Jackson, Cartwright, and Bullock in the lineup. Blewett has 1 more free throw try. So he gets the ball, 2 dribbles, lets it fly, got it. 2-point Xavier lead, 66-64, 1:56 on the clock. Friars bring it right to left into the forecourt. Cartwright walking it into the forecourt. Scruggs is 6 feet away. Pass onto the right side of the free throw line for Diallo. Diallo looks to the post, not there. Cartwright squirts free, gets off a 3, off the rim. It won't go on the rebound for Marshall.
Man, that was a good look, too.
God, it was almost down.
Hey, that was a good play. They set that up for him to take the 3.
Now you got to hold him. Got to hold him. Scruggs with the ball. 1 foot in the mid-floor circle. Takes the ball toward his bench to the far side. Bounces out front for Quentin Gooden, who's checked in. Gooden drives to the right, now cuts back to the left on Watson, kicks it off left corner. Scruggs drives, goes up, and an offensive foul called on Scruggs. Cartwright got over and took the flop on the baseline.
That's a good point.
And that's 4 on Scruggs. That's not a foul either. I thought it was a pretty good play.
That was a good bait there. Cartwright put the onus on the official that time, got in front of him and just fell on the floor. Picked up the offensive foul on Scruggs.
4 fouls on Paul Scruggs. So the Friars on a huge turnover now have a chance to tie or take the lead. 1:12 to play. Cartwright hands off for Diallo. Cartwright gives him some verbal instructions. Diallo keeps the dribble low. Cartwright clears free, comes to get the ball. Top of the key, Bullock fakes the tray on Blewett, drives down to the lane, banks it up, got blocked and fouled. And there's a foul called inside on whom?
On Jones. What a bad call that was.
That was not good either by Jeff Anderson.
Jones came over. He blocked that shot with 2 hands. He had 2 hands on that ball and threw it out of bounds. But they've been calling him down the other end. Yeah, you got to make up for it. If you're going to be bad both ways.
Bullock's free throw is good. 3rd foul on Jones. That's 9 team fouls on Xavier. So the next one will be a double bonus. No more 1-and-1 for the Friars as Lindsey comes back to the game and Nate Watson goes to the bench.
Well, you look at Lindsey will probably play Cantor right now.
Second shot for Bullock is good, and we're tied at 66.
2 clutch free throws there by Bullock.
We're under a minute to play in Madison Square Garden. Big East semifinal Friday night. Can you believe it? Bounce pass.
This is awesome. Everybody's standing.
Top of the key now for Marshall. Right side for Cantor, on the sideline for Gooden, drives to the baseline, clears it through on the left wing. Makura wide open 3. No! Rebound tapped out. It is out of bounds, and it's ball.
Look at it. Oh, I don't know. They're not going to look at it. Well,
I don't know. Can they ask him to? It's under a minute to go.
They can.
38.8 left. I don't know. They're talking about it. Sean O'Mara is going to come in for Xavier. Karam Cantor will go to the bench.
That would have been a big rebound again, but the Friars have that small lineup in there.
That's part of the problem here. So Xavier's got it and a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Goodness. They could take it down to 8.8 left.
Well, they probably will.
Inbounds Blewett to O'Mara in the post. with the right hand to the left side. O'Mara puts it in.
He just came in, too, and that was an unbelievable shot he made there, John. He looked like he was off balance. He turned around and threw it up, going left. I mean, that looked like...
What a shot by the senior.
You say that would be a bad shot, but he knocks it in. Great shot.
And Ed Cooley calls a timeout here with 35.4 left. The Friars can take it down to 5.5 seconds. They're down by 2, so they need a deuce to tie, a 3 to put them up.
How about that shot by O'Mara?
3-point play.
Oh, yeah, he's the guy that I think Coach Cooley will go to him because he makes good decisions, Alpha. You know, he looks, the guy's not going to double team. He'll take him, and he's very clever in the paint, but he will make a good pass to a wide open play. Whoever gets double team is going to be an open guy.
Diallo's got 13 points. Rodney Bullock has 17 to lead the Friars. Cartwright has 11. Nate Watson has 13. Friar 5 on the floor will be Cartwright, Bullock, Jackson, Diallo, and Lindsay.
That's the guys that finish ball games for this Friar team. The small lineup, but they play big.
Providence with the ball. 35.4 seconds left.
And Xavier's going small as well, John. Their biggest guy is Gates.
At 6'8". 30 seconds on the shot clock. Providence down 2. Needs a 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead. Cartwright, right to left into the forecourt. Has it. Drives right by Gooden, gets down into the paint. Back out to Jackson, open 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound taken by Makira. Makira to Marshall into the forecourt. They find Blewett down the lane, got it blocked. Rebound tipped up, Friars with the ball. 15 seconds left. Here comes Cartwright, 1-on-3, right to the rim, lays it up, score!
What?
No! Get out of here! The foul was on the floor. Jeff Anderson rubs it out.
That's
Jeff
a Anderson.
Terrible call. Oh, my goodness gracious.
That stinks.
You've got to be kidding.
Man, that stinks. He's awful. What kind of call is that?
The foul called on
Where was he going?
He was going right to the rim and got the basket. So
Where was he going?
He was going to the rim.
I mean, that's all in one. That's all in the play. That shot's supposed to count.
Cartwright now will have
he was in his shooting motion
2
on
shots.
that.
Cartwright has 2 shots, 12.3 seconds left. He's got to hit them, and he hits the first. That gives him 9.5, 12 for the game. Jeff Anderson, you need to hang it up tonight, buddy, because you have choked in the biggest surroundings I think he's probably been in his life. That's awful. Second shot, got it. We're tied.
How about Bullock and Cartwright making 4 straight at crunch time?
Xavier inbounds the ball. 10 seconds left. Tie score. Musketeers can win it. Gooden to the top of the key with 6, with 5. Drives to the left. Goes right to the rim. Left side. Loses the dribble. Spins. Gives it Makira. Blocked at the buzzer. Blocked at the buzzer. And we're going to overtime.
Yeah, what a block by Bullock. What a block by Bullock right there. Great defense that last 12 seconds. And Bullock comes up big time with another block. He had 3 last night in crunch time. Makes a big one right there.
The Cardiac Kids from Providence College going to overtime with top-seeded Xavier. Quick timeout. We are back at Madison Square Garden, tied at 68. This is Providence Friar basketball from Learfield. John Rooke, Joe Hassett back live at Madison Square Garden, and the Friars have really done the unbelievable. Down by 17 early in the second half here. In fact, 17 with about 12 minutes to play in the half. Have come back to tie this up at 68-68, and for the second straight night, they're going to overtime, this time against Xavier.
You said it, Cardiac Kids. The foul trouble I look at in overtime. Our big guy, Alfred Diallo, has 4. I worry about him with 4 fouls. And the only guy with foul trouble for Xavier is Scruggs with 4.
There's the tap. Friars control it. Basket to our left in the overtime. Xavier's been in overtime twice this year. They have won both games against Georgetown and at Butler. The Friars in overtime for a fourth time this year. They're 2-1 after winning last night against Creighton. Here's Jackson to the right wing for Diallo. Diallo now feeds the post. Well out is Bullock. He puts up from 16 off the rim and will go. Marshall rebounds.
That's a good look. That's Bullock's shot right there. Just weren't able to knock that one down.
Here's the big concern. How much life are left in the legs in this extra 5-minute session after playing 45 minutes last night?
Well, they got the adrenaline going right now. They're all pumped up out there.
Between the circles, you've got Trevon Blewett, guarded by Alpha Diallo. Friars stay in a man defense. Blewett drives to the right. Backs up as Diallo fell, and Blewett will calmly sink the 17-footer. And Blewett's trying to tell the official, Blewett pushed off on the play. Jeff Anderson, right there in front of the play, says no way.
Well, Bullock's like LeBron James out here. He gets every call in the book, no matter what he does.
Wow. So the first basket of the overtime for Xavier. Diallo hands off for Cartwright. Friars are just going to have to take it into the interior. make the official swallow his whistle. Here's Jackson doing just that. Gives it to Watson, who gets hammered.
Big pass by Jackson and finds Watson in there. Watson tried to take it up. A good foul there by Makura.
They're going to give it to Blewett.
Blewett, yeah, they came over and swallowed him up. Make sure he didn't get the dunk because Watson got that ball above his head. That was going down.
Third foul on Blewett. So 2 shots here for Nate. Nate had 13 points during regulation.
I'm sorry, John. Fry's taking a chance having Diallo on Bullet.
I agree. Nate hits the free throw. He's hit now 4 of 5 from the free throw line tonight for the freshman from Arlington, Virginia.
If I was Xavier, I'm going with, well, you're going to go with Bullet anyway because he's a 3-time All-First-Team Big East player. But, you know, with Diallo on him with the 4 fouls, you know, you get some crazy call against Diallo and he's out.
Second shot for Nate is on the way. Bounces, comes out. Oh, boy. 1 point Xavier lead. 3:42 to go in overtime at Madison Square Garden. Gooden walks it into the forecourt to our right, takes it over to the right side, hands off from Makura. Makura now gives it back to Gooden near the right sideline. He'll work on Cartwright, high screen set. Now works to the left side, gets into the lane, stops, lost the ball, and they're going to call a foul. He slipped and he traveled, and the official, this time John Gaffney, calls a hold on Cartwright. Only the second foul. So that is just now, that's the 7th team foul on the Friars. And it's going to put Gooden at the line shooting a 1-and-1.
Cartwright tried to slap that ball away when Gooden picked it up, and he caught him across the wrist there. Puts him on the line.
So Xavier perfect at the free throw line tonight. 15 for 15. And Gooden's free throw is no good, but the rebound is Tyreek Jones on the right wing.
Well, Bullock boxed out nicely, but nobody there to get the loose ball.
Nobody was there to pick it up.
You hate to lose a rebound on a free throw. That's awful.
Gooden feeds Gates on the high post. Gates turns, looks back now for Jones on the high post. Tyreek Jones against Watson, back out front for Gooden. Gooden finds Blewett, and there's a 3 from the left side, in and out. Jackson with a rebound.
Jackson's doing a good job of throwing his body around in there.
Here's Jackson pushing left for Cartwright. Friars could take the lead here, and there's Jackson for 3.
Off.
No, that's his, not even close. Jones gets the rebound.
That's not Jackson's shot. I mean, occasionally when he's wide open, he can make them, but in rhythm like that, he's rushed it.
Good. Crosses back to the left. Looks
That's
to
a travel.
off. He got away with a travel. Here's Blewett driving left. Throws the ball back out for Makura between the circles. Now Makura moves on Bullock, gets into the lane, puts up the runner. Left it short. No good off the rim. Rebound Jackson. Good defense that time by Rodney Bullock on J.P. Makura. Jackson off the top of the key. Comes back left for Cartwright. Diallo into the post against Blewett, puts it up, it rattles the rim and falls in, and Providence leads.
He is so clever in that paint. Diallo, he gets it up, post up, he's like a 6'10" post-up player.
Friars get the lead at 71-72, 12 to play in the overtime. Up high, Jones, right side, Gooden. Now Gooden looks to the post, screen set, goes up for the deep 3. No! Rebound tipped up off the rim, and it's taken by Diallo under the basket.
Good job by Watson boxing out right there. I thought he got pushed in the back, but he threw his body around in there. Friars get the loose one.
Cartwright's going to take some steam out of that clock, out of the circle. As the ball comes over to the right wing for Jackson at the elbow with 1:44 to play. Jackson finds Bullock in front of his bench near the corner. Back out front. Jackson, Diallo, back to Jackson again. Cuts the left with 5 to shoot. Spins. Stolen by Gooden. He picked him. Up the floor now for Blewett. Up the right sideline. Drives on Jackson. Gets cut off at the baseline. Now reverses. Gets in the lane. Stops. Puts it up with the left hand. No! In and out. Jackson rebounds.
Good defense there by Jackson. You got to get the ball to Cartwright late in the clock, especially in this situation. Timeout by Providence.
Timeout Ed Cooley with 1:14 to play in the overtime. 71-70 Providence.
And Lindsey's checking into the ball game right now. I don't know, he's probably going to come in for Watson maybe. I know Watson's still sitting there. He's going to take Jackson out right there and put Lindsey in.
So now the Friars have 1 timeout left. Everybody gets an extra one in the OT. So Providence has 1 timeout left. Xavier has a timeout left.
For water in the first half, but they kept out in the second half and battled and battled. They were down 17, couldn't make a shot. But now they're putting the ball in the basket and making clutch plays. And down the stretch here, Coach Cooley, he's going to go to his seniors right here. You know, Cartwright's got it. Everything should go through Cartwright and Diallo. Diallo's a sophomore, but plays like he's been in the league 20 years, and he's got that kind of play. And Bullock, who's hit some big shots in this game. Cartwright and Bullock have made some big free throws to get this game into overtime. So I think you got to go through the guys that have got you here. And Diallo makes good decisions. He loves these moments. And somebody's got to step up and make a shot. I think the execution will be there. Somebody's going to get open and take the shot. You got to knock it down.
Musketeers have not scored in the last 3 minutes and 4 seconds of overtime. They've missed their last 5 shots in a row from the floor, as the Friars have taken the lead and have the ball with 1:14 to go, 21 on the possession clock. It'll be Isaiah Jackson who inbound in front of his bench on the far side.
They took Nate Watson out.
And Jalen Lindsay has come in. But both teams have gone small here, although no, Tyreek Jones is still in there for Xavier.
This is a huge possession right here for the Friars.
Inbounds into the backcourt for Cartwright. 20 to shoot. Friars can take it under a minute. Cartwright pushes left for Jackson. Now they find Lindsay with Gooden guarding him. They feed Diallo in the post. Marshall guarding him, gets into the post, goes up and under, cannot get the shot off. He slipped in the lane. Back out front for Cartwright with 4, with 3, pulls up from 15.
Boom! Kyron Cartwright, get him the ball, John. I said to you, when it doesn't work, let him have it at the end of the shot clock.
50 seconds left. Friars by 3. Xavier calls time. Are you kidding me?
I love it when Cartwright's in the zone, man. When he can take a game over, you can't guard him. He has great speed and quickness. Made him honorable mention this year in the Big East. But when he's got it going like he does right now, you can't guard that guy.
Now, if you're Xavier and Chris Mack, 30-second timeout called here, and this is Xavier's final timeout of the game. So do you have to go for 3, or do you take a quick 2?
No way. They're going to go for 2 right here. They'll probably, I don't know if they'll put Cantor back in the ball game and get him on the post, but they're going to try to attack the glass and go for the 2 and then play good defense. I mean, plenty of time to go. 49 seconds. This 49 seconds could last 20 minutes, the way these two coaches go at it on the shot clock, but they don't have to do that. If they get good penetration, they have a wide open 3, Xavier will definitely take it, but they're going to try to get the quick 2 here and rely on the defense, because they'll get the ball back if they go quickly here.
So it's Cartwright, Bullock, Diallo with 4 fouls, Jackson and Lindsay out on the floor. Xavier will have Gooden, McCura, Gates. Cantor is in the game, Joe, along with Trayvon Blewett. Blewett will inbound near his bench to the far side. Forecourt to our right. 49.4 on the clock. 25 on the possession for the Musketeers, trailing by 3. 73-70. Blewett inbounds, bounces it to Gooden. Quentin Gooden now goes left wing for McCura. McCura guarded there by Jackson. Top of the key for Blewett. Leaves it on the high post for Cantor, and a whistle. And a foul is called.
Oh, man.
And
That's a terrible call.
Nope, it's on Lindsay.
Lindsay, they called a foul on Lindsay. Blewett grabbed Lindsay's arm and pulled him down.
Yep.
And gets to the foul line. I mean, that's your boy again.
Jeff Anderson made the call.
I mean, that's a non-call. I mean, you could call that foul on Blewett because he grabbed Lindsay's arm when he came around the screen.
All right, it's a 1-and-1 here as Lindsay gets his 3rd foul call. That's the 8th team foul, so a 1-and-1 for Blewett. Najee Marshall comes back in, and Trayvon has hit 6 of 6 from the line tonight.
It's a 1-and-1 here now.
Has 11 points total for the game.
Got to box out just in case.
And his first free throw is on the way and good.
Got to tell you what, the guys are making free throws, both teams, in crunch time. I mean, these are pressure shots.
That's the first point scored in the last 3:38 of overtime for Xavier. Now Blewett can make it a 1-point game with a second shot. Good. 73-72, 40.8 on the clock. 30 on the shot clock. Full court pressure by Xavier. Jackson looks to inbounds and has to call time. Xavier had all the lanes cut off that time, and the Friars will expend their final timeout as well here.
60-second timeout for the Friars. 60.
So a 60-second timeout. So both teams are out of timeouts here with 40.8 on the clock. It's 73-72 Providence.
Well, when you have both teams out of timeouts, fortunately for both teams, they have veteran guards. You know, you have Cartwright as a senior for the Friars, and Blewett and McCura are both seniors for Xavier, so they can still run the show without worrying about a timeout. But good defense by Xavier right there, denying the ball inbounds, and Friars couldn't get it in and had to call that timeout.
Joe, when you're a senior and you have this kind of a moment in front of you, and of course this senior class has been very successful for Providence over their 4 years, trying to get into their 5th straight NCAA tournament, but at the same time, what would a championship mean, or an opportunity to play for a title mean?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you get to this point. This is the fun time. You want the ball here, and you know the guys on the floor right now, both teams, they want the ball and get a chance to beat Xavier here 2 out of 3 times this year, and possible number 1 seed by Xavier, but this Friar team, they're tough to match up against, and they've played in these tough games all year. You and I have seen it. They've grind out every single game. It's never been an easy game. Hasn't been an easy Big East game this year for this Friar team. It always comes down to the last minute with these guys. So they're battle-tested in close games for sure, but they got to execute right here. They need to get the ball inbounds. Xavier does not have to foul. There's 40 seconds on the game clock, 30 on the shot clock.
That's right.
Friar's up by 1, so Xavier knows they're going to get the ball back. They got to play good, solid defense here, and they don't have to foul.
This is the sort of game that March Madness was born from. 40.8 to go. Jackson can inbound. He can run the baseline. He inbounds to Bullock in the backcourt. He spins away from Marshall. Gives the ball back to Cartwright, and Cartwright looks at pressure coming up to grab him near the midcourt line. Jump pass to Bullock across the timeline. Bullock turns, looks at Kaiser Gates. Now dumps it off for Diallo. Diallo has it with 15 to shoot, 24 to play. Diallo pass to Bullock. Bullock has Makura playing behind him. He'll drive to the free throw line, kicks it out, throws it away, but then Jackson takes it right back. 5 to shoot.
That's a foul
Jackson
there.
goes to the lane, lays it up, won't get it.
Oh, man.
No foul call. Makura with the rebound. Drives down the lane, runs over, misses it. No, offensive foul. Offensive foul on Makura. Cartwright took the charge as Makura missed the layup.
I thought Makura fouled Jackson down here, John, and grabbed his arm and got away with it. And Friars, great job by Cartwright stepping in there on Makura, picking up the offensive foul.
7.7 seconds left. Providence will have to inbound the ball. Full court pressure for Xavier.
No timeouts, and Jackson can't run the sideline.
1 point Friar lead, and why does the buzzer go off here? What is going on here? James Breeding.
Oh, that's good. Ed Cooley loves that. He gets a timeout.
He gets a timeout to call a play, but James Breeding hit the buzzer. He's the alternate official over on the scorer's table, and he asked Ed Corbett to come over. So Ed Corbett.
What is this about?
I
this
have
is
no
ridiculous.
idea what this is about. Corbett's over there, and now all 3 officials over there talking to Breeding. They're looking at the monitor as Breeding turns it around and shows it to them. I have no idea. How many times have we done play-by-play on referees of, judgment on a video?
First of all, there's no judgment here, John. He had an offensive foul. Friar's ball. Take the ball out of bounds. Why are you there's no clock situation here, I don't think. The only thing they can be looking at is the clock. Is they going to put more time on the clock? That's the only thing they can be looking at. There was a cut and dry play out there, and that was it. It was not like the ball didn't get tipped out of bounds or the question of who the foul was on. All that's been done. So the only thing I can be thinking of is it has to be something to do with how much time's on the clock.
Now the officials are still looking over at the monitor. We've got 7 seconds left. It's 73-72 Providence.
Friars have to get the ball in bound, obviously. They can't run the sideline because it wasn't a made basket. If you run the sideline, that's a violation. So Jackson has to keep his feet stationary. And the Friars are going to get fouled. If they get the ball in bounds, they will be fouled right away.
Ed Cooley comes out to talk to his team as Xavier's players have gone over to circle around Chris Mack as well.
I'd love to know what the heck they're talking about.
I have no idea. This happened last night, and of course then we saw James Breeding, who was on the floor as an official, reverse a call and give the ball to Creighton, which was a miserable call. It was all over social media last night. Terrible call to reverse it to give the ball back to Creighton when we thought the Friars had the ball. It ultimately didn't cost Providence anything, but the ball is going to remain Providence's now, and I have no idea what on earth that was all about.
Well, the bottom line is now is you got to get the ball in bounds first, and then you're going to get fouled. Don't turn the ball over here. You're going to get fouled. You're going to get 2 free throws out of it. You got to get it. The most important thing is get it in bounds.
So Jackson will inbound from near the right corner, backcourt to our right. Looks to flip the ball in bounds, and the ball is off of Lindsey. No, it's off of Xavier. It was tipped out of bounds as Lindsey met the ball, and it got tapped back out bounds with 7.1 remaining.
Boy, Xavier doing a good job of denying this ball in bounds. Friars having a tough time getting it in.
Somebody got to go get the ball. Jackson again looks for the inbounds. Diallo has it, holds it, gets fouled by Marshall. 5.7 left. It'll be up to Alpha Diallo to give his team a 3-point lead.
Well, this is the guy one on the line. And, when you looked at the clock, I'm sure Coach Cooley told him there's 7.7 seconds to go. You don't have to get the ball over half court. You can hold the ball in the backcourt, so don't even worry about advancing it. Just make sure you get the ball in bounds and protect it. You're going to get fouled. Now you're going to make free throws.
Alpha has hit 5 of 7 from the line of the ball game. On the season, a 73% free throw shooter. He won't have two bigger ones for a while. And the first one is good.
How about the kid from New York City? Playing in Madison Square Garden, loving it.
Good point.
I mean, he's a crunch guy. I want him with the ball no matter what's going on.
16 points for Alpha Diallo. He's got 9 in the second half and overtime. This could put Providence up 3 with 5.7 seconds left. Musketeers would need the tray to tie it for a second overtime. Big East semifinal. Diallo spins the ball at his waist, lets it go. Got it!
Pick up. Don't let him run it up the floor easily.
Canner inbounds. They find Gooden with 4 seconds across the midcourt line with 3. Gooden gets the ball back with 2, with 1. Here's Canner. Gets the shot off. It's over.
Unbelievable. What a win.
Xavier.
What a win. That was awesome. Down 17 to come back and pull this one off. That was unbelievable. What character the Friars showed in this ball game, John.
Holy moly. I still can't believe it. Providence has beaten Xavier.
This place is buzzing. Everybody in the place is standing. It's so loud. Not a seat to be had.
I've got goosebumps on top of goosebumps. It's 75-72. The Friars have come from 17 down in the second half to knock off the regular season champs, to take out the number 1 seed of the Big East, potentially a number 1 national seed, and they will play for a championship tomorrow.
Unbelievable. John, the defense has been there all year for this team. The defense kept them in the ball game. The offense woke up in the second half making shots. But how about that last possession? 7 seconds to go. Xavier, a great offensive team, didn't even get a shot off at the end of the game. Unbelievable defense by the Friars.
Ed Cooley coming over to visit with the Fox Sports 1 TV people. But the building, everybody's standing. I mean, everybody in this building. It's a sold-out Garden crowd of 19,000 plus. And I can't describe it,
I
Joe.
can't wait to have a beer. I can't wait to have a beer. This is awesome.
The Friars are actually just off center floor. TV cameras, flash bulbs going off. They've got their arms around each other like they won a championship. But guys, hey, time to get off those feet, baby. You got to play for a title tomorrow night.
Enjoy the moment, man. Enjoy the moment. 2 back-to-back overtime wins for this Friar team. A team that coming in everybody felt like, hey, you need one more win. Hey, they've beaten Xavier 2 out of 3 times this year, who's been the number 1 seed on the board everywhere. They beat them 2 out of 3 times. That's great playing.
We got the Santander post-game wrap-up that is coming up next. My goodness.